maybe, but I hate wearing clothes.
It's funny you guys all call them jogging pants.
What do you call them?
Sweatpants.
Eh.
Or do you call them track pants? I've heard people say in here. I'm
Do you
like,
call
what are
it
you
also
running track?
joggers?
Track pants, yeah. I call them track pants.
Yeah.
Jogging pants.
Do you call it also joggers?
What?
Joggers? No, you don't.
Yeah,
Joggers.
Jogging pants or joggers. That's what it's
You call your pants joggers?
Yeah.
like. Jogging
I call
pants
them
or
sweatpants.
I call them joggers. If
Okay.
I speak in English.
Call them track pants.
Joggers.
Yeah, I heard track pants. I thought you running track. What's the deal?
Yeah, like
yeah, like
track
the
track.
fact that I have
I
to wear
call 'em
clothes all
tennis
day
shoes,
drives me
though.
absolutely
It's
bananas.
not like
I
tennis.
call 'em
You guys call them
runners or
sneakers?
sneakers, runners.
Yeah,
Running shoes.
Kicks, runners, sneakers. I don't really
Never
say
tennis
sneakers.
shoes.
I say tennis shoes.
Do you play tennis at all?
I did when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
I could.
Why now you cannot?
Well, it's just I don't. You need a partner to go play with.
Oh yeah.
Bruce isn't swinging the racket.
No, Bruce doesn't do any cardio.
I'm gonna play some Minecraft with them when I get back.
I don't know if it's playing it though. It's just you build that town.
Yeah,
isn't
you
it?
can do it together.
Oh, you can.
Put stuff together.
Yep.
You could
never
go
played
look at
Minecraft.
his town.
Me neither. Well, you
Isn't it?
can do it together.
Oh, you can.
Put stuff together.
Yep.
You could
never
go
played
look at
Minecraft.
his town.
Me neither. Well, I'll learn it.
He's got 3 days of town built.
I'm gonna join them.
Please stop talking about branding.
Oh, sorry.
Oh. You think everything in life is a brand.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's like that. I almost said it again. It's like It's like computer L game.
Yeah, technically we can't say Dylan's name because he's a brand now. He got
So
bought.
Big Country.
He got bought.
Dylan's.
Dylan Big Country Carmen.
Wex bought him.
Yeah.
The
So
dragon.
technically he's a brand name.
So what do we call him? Man Beast?
I don't know. Yeah, because he got bought.
Are you a brand, Kevin Martin?
In a weird way. On a YouTube channel, but no. No. In a weird
What
way, like,
makes somebody a brand?
yeah, I don't know.
How do you become a brand? What is that? What is
Well, if you're profitable, like if you're like,
so if you make $100 a week,
So like professional
are you a
athlete,
brand?
professional
Yeah,
athletes
are
are
a brand.
Yeah.
like if you put like Gretzky on a box, on a cereal box, he's a brand. Does that make sense?
When did he go from a person to a brand? When he started doing endorsements, and he started getting revenue on product, or what?
Like for instance, Sidney Crosby, he's a brand, right? Does that make sense? Because he's like profitable, people want to use him.
Who's he play for?
Pittsburgh.
Still Pittsburgh after all these years?
Is Shea
Last I heard,
still,
unless anything's
is Shea
changed.
still with Nashville?
Who? Sorry?
Shea Weber?
No, he's no, he got traded to Montreal, didn't he?
Oh, I don't.
I think that was a trade for Subban. I think.
He was the captain, wasn't he? You know,
think that
he's
was the
from
trade.
He's from Sycamoose.
Oh yeah.
Him and Cody Franson.
I don't know if that was the trade actually.
They're
I don't
both
remember.
local boys.
Don't know.
They show up and do a golf tournament every year.
You were
They're
on the
mixed with-
Den.
Deme
You were on the
Perez.
Den, and the guy bought your brand.
Yeah,
What did he buy?
me,
Okay, but what is it?
5%.
Is
but
it
he
your
doesn't
name?
take it. Yeah. No, me, just anything I do. But he doesn't take it. He,
So-
He didn't
doesn't-
take the deal?
No, he didn't take. He just gave me a bunch of money.
Oh, gotcha.
So
what does that
your
mean?
name is a brand name.
Yeah, I'm a brand name. Yeah,
Dylan Big Country Carmen.
like I have a business account and everything.
Okay, so you're a brand. So technically we can't say your name then.
Well, technically, unless you want me to sue you.
That's crazy. Well,
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Karen. I'll take you right to court. Take your ass right to court.
Okay, we got it.
that's what we're trying to figure out. How do you become a brand?
When is that line?
You have to copyright your name and stuff. You have to get a
So
business.
Big Country is copyrighted?
Yeah. Dylan Big Country Carmen is copyrighted.
Wasn't there a UFC fighter that was Big Country?
Yeah, but he's not Dylan Big Country Carmen.
It's
Roy Nelson.
Nelson.
Roy
that's it.
Nelson. I'd slap the shit out of him.
You should set it up. That would be, man. You'd make some serious coin on that. What do you mean no? You know,
I make more. He's not worth anything.
I thought it was a pretty big name. Like people
He
love
was.
He's an okay name. Yeah, he's an okay name. Not anymore. He used to be a big name.
Yeah.
Like 5 years ago, he was a huge name.
Yeah.
Not even huge. He was never like, I don't know.
He just
I think
never took it seriously. So.
never took it seriously. He never fought
Yeah.
for the title, and that's why he never became what he could have been. He had potential to be something big, But if he had used his brand the way that, like, if he had to use that brand and took it a little more seriously, he could have been a lot bigger, fought for the world title and stuff. But every time he fought, I think he fought for the title twice, and he got the shit kicked out of him because he was in terrible shape with a huge beer belly gut. And
But that was his brand.
Yeah, but that was his brand. But he also could have trimmed up
Yeah.
a little bit, and he could have still been big country with the mullet and everything like that.
Yeah.
He still could have been that, and maybe had a chance to win the fight. But he had no chance to win the fight ever.
I remember after one of his fights, he's like, I'm gonna go eat some burgers, and like he was just like promoting that, like, yeah, he's just like,
That's what I do. They put me. I was in the front page of the Toronto Sun, and it was me with a Baconator, huge Baconator in my hand, and this is what the champ does after he wins a fight over at blah blah blah. Large
Like
fry,
a
large
commercial,
Sprite,
yeah.
huge thing.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Didn't they say something better in sex?
Yeah, they had me on the cover doing that too. Big Country said knocking somebody's out's like better. Said it's better than sex. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, why the fuck?
front page.
Well, I'm just gonna have to tear this up, guys.
Oh,
Do it.
So
Get that Baconator
this is what you need to do this.
to get to the next step. Or
Like, you're doing something, but this is what you need to do, kind of thing.
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
no worries.
yeah, that's true.
So $600,000.
Yes.
Oh, here's another. Okay, Karen. So $600,000.
Yes.
Oh, here's another. Okay, Karen. So if someone came up to you right now
Okay.
and said, "I will give you $1 million," you
Okay.
can take it immediately,
Okay.
or you can flip a coin for $2.5 million.
Flip the coin.
You're gonna go. For it.
Really? Oh
I'd
my
take the
God.
million. I'd be happy. I'm see you
Oh
later.
my god.
See, technically,
Flip the
you're giving up money by taking the million. You're giving up
Yeah.
equity, right?
Yeah, but
But you're getting the safety of $1 million.
I'd take the
that's a
safety.
lot.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's one of those things like
Putting-
you didn't have it to begin with, so you
million?
wouldn't miss it.
1 million for
But knowing I could have had
2.5,
1 million
I
in my
would've taken
hand and be happy.
For
See, I'm not
50
greedy.
millions,
That's
I
the
would
thing is
do
I
it.
don't get greedy.
50.
I'm happy with
Million.
1 million.
Greedy.
It's 1 million I didn't have.
So when you flip the coin, you're gonna get it right 50% of the time, right?
That's right.
So for your value of flipping the coin is 1.25 million, right? That's how much equity you're going to get by flipping the coin. So you're actually giving up $250,000 by taking the million. But the opportunity cost between 0 and 1 million, especially for us, is just massive. For our net worth to go to like 0 to $1 million
Huge.
it's huge.
Not as huge as you think.
Oh, $1 million?
It's nothing.
That's a lot of money.
You will spend so many millions in your lives.
Yeah, but it's one less million you have to worry
Who
about.
cares?
Well,
It's not going to make that big a difference. A million's nothing.
What was your number? 12 million, Dylan?
What? What did you say?
Yeah, we got to talk in bigger numbers.
bigger than a
Don't
million. See,
say-
a million to me is a
gamble
lot
the
of money.
million for 2.5. If a million's all it is.
Okay, so like Kevin's saying, so if they offered you the $1 million or flip for 2.5, you'd go for the 2.5.
I'd flip it.
See, I have the opposite mentality where I would take it and be happy with the 1 million instead of trying for the greed and going for 2, and then you can end up
But
with 0.
there's no greed because
It's not greed,
all lost.
But you
If it
could
was-
you could walk out with 0.
If it was take $100,000 or flip for $250,000,
Bruce,
I would flip then. I would go for the 250 with a flip.
Okay, let me hear that.
So if you offered me $100,000, take the cash, or $250,000 I could flip
Flip.
for, right?
You'd flip.
I would flip
All day long.
But by the point it gets to $1 million and 2.5 million, it's like too scary for me. That's
But
when I back out.
2.5 is way better
Then 1.
than 1
But it's
million.
For sure.
1 million's better than 0.
Yes.
Again, I'd go back to but I already had 0 in that scenario.
But you didn't have $1 million. Now you do. Depends how you look
Take
at
me
it.
2 years to spend that million. Long number.
Yeah, but
Not-
I could I retract that. I could take that 600,000 and make a lot more off of it.
Okay, I'm taking the 1.2.
I think the long term, you can invest that 600,000 and turn it into 1.2 probably in 5 years, 6
Here's the
years,
thing.
10 years.
You have to invest trusting that the third party that you're giving the money to is trustworthy. And in my experience, 0 trust.
Fair enough.
That's why you flip it yourself. Make it happen. Hit the streets. Hit the streets hard.
I'm
Get
just
your-
telling
get
you,
yourself-
you're
yeah.
entrusting a third party to do what's in your best interest with that money, and I guarantee you, they might. They're like any.
Yeah, they're
it's like
looking out
any
for
good
themselves.
defense attorney. They go into court and you lose. They think if they win, they say, "Yay, we won." If you lose, they say you lost. They don't lose because they still got paid. That's what an investment does.
Do some of the attorneys, don't they make some deals like they only get paid if they win?
Yeah.
Is
I
that
thought
a
that's
thing?
what it was. Yeah,
That is a thing.
Okay, I never heard of that thing.
I've heard of
is a
that before. I don't know. I don't know
No
the answer,
defense
but I've definitely
attorneys I
heard
ever
that.
knew.
So not the good lawyers.
I've
No
definitely heard
defense
that.
attorneys I'd ever do. It's like you lose or we won.
Gotcha.
But I've
They
definitely
get
heard
paid
what you're saying.
regardless because
Oh, they make so
you
much money.
apparently have never had to hire lawyers.
Yeah.
Money up front.
I hired my lawyer
Oh,
for
yeah.
the first time this
Well, you
month,
have
Money
too.
up front.
You have to
Oh, it
put
was
a
like-
retainer.
The lawyer
retainer
put in like
fee.
7 hours for me or something, and it's
Money
just
up
a
front.
stupid amount of money. yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
but
usually there is.
$400
If
an
they
hour or
don't know you, money up front.
like
Yeah,
$400.
that's what my lawyer's amazing.
Why do you think like that making murderer kid got 400,000 and had to give it all to them just to
Yeah.
defend him up front? And then like look at OJ.
Mm-hmm.
He had to pay the dream team all that money. His lawyers, don't you
Johnny
remember?
Cochran.
Kardashian?
I don't know the OJ story very well.
Oh my God!
They were
really?
young. They were young. You were probably like
He's the
6
guy
years old.
driving in the. What year was it?
Like 90.
Well, Hunter was born in 94,
94,
and
I
that's
think it
when he
was-
was
I
in the
think it was
Bronco
94.
chase.
Yeah, I was like 2 then.
So I was
Killed him in
I was like
June
11.
and let go on Cole's
So you think
birthday.
OJ was guilty?
October 3rd, 1995, they set him free.
Was he guilty for sure?
In my mind,
Yes.
100.
How could he not be?
I said I don't know the story very well. He was
Yeah, he
cruising
doesn't.
in that white Bronco, eh?
Oh, he was
Headed
cruising.
to Mexico with the gun and $5,000.
He was cruising all right. He was, it was a chase. That was a huge
That
thing.
was a huge deal.
I can't believe how long ago that was. That was over 20 years ago.
Can you believe Cole's 20?
Holy crap,
Isotoners.
man.
He used the same glove that he represented, like he did commercials for isotoners, and he
Yeah.
killed the
Oh.
girl with an isotoner.
You know where the pictures of the Bruno Magli were at the
sounds so
Kansas City
stupid.
Chiefs? Were at the Kansas City Chiefs Stadium, Arrowhead Stadium.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't there like the glove doesn't fit thing?
Then you
Yeah,
must
that
have
was their
quit.
defense, which was, got him off.
Yeah.
The glove
You-
Because like there was a
If it does not
Seinfeld
fit, you
episode
must
that made a
quit.
joke about it.
Ridiculous.
You remember the
yeah.
Seinfeld episode that made a joke about
Yeah,
it with the
but
bra
the
not fitting?
past guy who won the show in the U.S.
Yeah.
did a whole thing on ESPN on it. Derek.
Oh, he did the OJ files or whatever.
Yeah.
He did
it was good.
what was it
Yeah.
called?
It was really good. There was 2 of them that were put out this last year. They were both excellent. One of them had Cuba Gooding Jr. It was like a reenactment.
Oh, he's a beauty.
But it was so good.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the guy, the alumni from.
So you think OJ
BB?
did it, eh?
I do.
Where is he right
that-
now? Retired?
No, he's in
somewhere?
jail
just
for
laugh.
life.
Jail in Florida.
For
Not
life.
laughing. He's in
Oh, they
jail.
got him in jail?
Well, because
Yeah,
what
they got
happened
him on
was
armed robbery for trying to steal his
Oh,
stuff back.
his
He was
own
trying to
back,
hide
his
the
own
documents, didn't get the
memorabilia.
money.
That's right, yeah.
Oh shit.
his
It
own
just
stuff.
gets worse.
This is juicier than I thought.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Forgot about
it's so good.
They stole the stuff from him,
They stole the stuff
and OJ tried to get it back
they
with
just tried to
armed
get it, and
robbery.
they went in. He went in with the gun to a Las Vegas hotel with the friends,
To
and
the
because
whole
they were
hotel
holding the
room.
door like they were holding Big Country, and that's called armed robbery.
So both of so he was a star football player, right?
Oh my God, he
He
was
was
one of the best
huge
running
back
backs
in the
ever
day.
in the history of the U.S. and he had rickets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was a total underdog story. Like they didn't have enough citrus in the old days. They used to have a disease called rickets,
Mm-hmm.
which was like a joint and knee disease. That if you didn't get enough citrus, well, he had rickets.
Mm-hmm.
Became one of the best number 32 running backs in the U.S.
Mm.
Played for the Bills.
So did you follow
Raiders too,
the Ray Rice story when that was on?
Which one?
Yeah, but that was belligerent.
The football player who punched his girlfriend,
Oh.
knocked her out, or
Okay, yeah.
in the
yeah.
elevator?
And then in the elevator and dragged her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
What a
quite-
piece of shit.
Yeah, that was quite.
He literally turned around and just
Yeah.
drove that girl.
I think that's more common than you think.
Oh, it's way more common. Yeah, you see it a lot, and they're lucky that Big Country's not around. They'd break their fucking necks.
Yeah, it was pretty
They'd
belligerent.
have,
So-
they'd have a big problem.
Back to OJ. So he got set free, and then he was flaunting and playing golf and having a good time and
Yeah.
signing autographs. And then they sued him in civil court. Goldman's did. And because it was technically for both families, even though Brown's family wasn't really involved, it was for both
Yes.
families. They won a judgment in 32 million. So that was their opportunity. They did all the depositions to put him on the stand in the depositions, and they kept contradicting. He kept contradicting and getting caught like a big brother game in his lies. Smack, smack, smack. And we all got to see it play out.
On the stand.
Because he never testified in his court,
Yeah.
like in the Dream Team trial. And he was busted. And then he said, I would never wear those ugly ass shoes, those Bruno Maglis. And then they found pictures with the negatives of him, and he's like walking and the shoes up like this, and he was at like Arrowhead Chief Stadium, which is in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And like those ugly ass shoes,
Yeah, he's wearing them.
yeah,
They got him.
it was pretty.
So when you're in court and you go up, you swear on the Bible, right?
yeah,
What happens if you lie in court?
perjury.
Perjury, it's a big
Perjury,
charge.
it's a big you
Jail.
go to jail.
Yeah.
Fine, go
Fine.
to jail, depending on how. They,
Really?
Yeah, what if you lie? It
You can't
depends
lie.
Lie on the
depends on what you're
Bible?
lying about.
You can't lie in a court of law. You have
Do
to
they
tell
still
the
do that,
truth,
where you
the
put your
whole
hand on
truth,
the
and
Bible?
nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yeah.
That's really still a thing.
So the Dream Team knew
Wait,
it.
what is that?
So what happened was
Is that my gold ring?
Shapiro,
Where did you find that?
Stop! It's from the competition.
I know, like weeks ago. I wore that gold ring on my pinky all the time. Where did you
Oh
find
really?
it?
I found it like 2 days ago.
Where?
I think in the diary room.
Wow.
So Shapiro.
It wasn't
knew-
this from the.
Emily kept taking it away from me.
I wore this in
wanna
Runway
hear
to
the rest
Vito
of
when
the
I was the
story?
host.
And
It broke
the thing
off.
broke off, and I
wanna hear
started
the rest of
started
the
wearing it for a
story?
pinky
I'm
ring,
listening,
and she
I'm
took it away from me.
So Robert Shapiro.
Yeah, I've been
knew-
wearing it like the last
Listen
2 days.
to me.
What?
Are you sure?
Yes, of course. Okay, sorry.
So what happened was Robert
Yes.
Shapiro and
You like that, Em?
Robert Kardashian were really good friends. And Kardashian is the Kardashians' father, and he was OJ's best friend.
Okay.
OJ shows up at their house, and in Kim Kardashian's bedrooms with a gun says he's going to kill himself. And Robert Kardashian says, you can't kill yourself. This is my daughter Kimmy's bedroom. She was only like 11 or 12. So OJ then had the ransom note, the gun, and the $5,000, and he and his best friend Al, I think his name was, jumped in the Bronco, and then that's when the speed chase happened. And he was going to commit suicide. So Shapiro tried to talk him out of it and said, no, don't do this, don't do this. Like, you have your kids and, you know, your other kids, because he had kids from a previous marriage. Don't do this, don't do this. And he said, oh, I'm so sorry, I loved her so much. So it was like this pseudo kind of confession thing, but not really.
Gotcha.
And then he ended up taking off, and then he ended up turning himself in back at what they called Rockingham, was what his estate was called at that time. And then he showed up, and then he turned himself in. That's what happened.
And then the Dream Team got him off.
And then the Dream Team got him off, and then Goldman's pressed charges and 32 in civil court, and he had to testify because of the depositions.
Yeah.
And he got caught up. Then he never paid any of the 32 million. He went on and he was in Florida and playing golf, and people were just like not happy.
Gotcha.
And so he caught wind somehow that they were selling his stuff that they had stolen. So what happened was he moved it to like 8 different locations throughout California and
Yes.
Arizona and Nevada to hide the stuff, like the Heisman trophies and the paintings and the stuff that was assets worth money.
Yes.
And then they found that out. So OJ gets his buddies together in Vegas, and they say, we're going to go get this stuff back, because the Heisman Trophy is a big deal in the U.S.
For sure.
Fuck yeah.
If you win
Yeah.
a Heisman Trophy, and he wanted that
That's
back.
College Player of the Year, right?
Yeah, that's like MVP.
Yeah.
He wanted that back. So he went, and they knocked on the door, and they only have the audio tapes. They had no videotape because it was inside, but you can hear OJ's voice. And he goes, get the door. So the minute he instructed the guy to block the door, that's considered
Yes.
armed robbery. And like holding people, like kidnapping.
Yeah. So you restricted that.
18 years in
Oh,
a federal
wow.
prison.
How long ago was this? Like 5 years?
Oh, God, no. He's been in for, I'd say, let me see, this is 17. I'd say he's been in 15 years now. Oh,
OJ? No.
Oh, yeah. Hadn't he?
No.
10, 12?
10 years ago.
Really?
He's been in a long time. He's been in a decade at least.
Wow, I thought this just happened like 5 years
Oh
ago.
gosh, no. He's been in for a long time.
Oh wow,
Okay.
I can't believe that was actually 20 years ago that
They
this
gave
happened.
they gave him 18 years though because they knew he got away with fucking
Murder.
murdering some girl.
It's crazy.
And don't forget the poor boy that showed up just to bring the glasses back. Don't ever forget that innocent boy.
What happened to him?
So what happened is they had dinner at this restaurant. Okay, so they had all
That
gone
was,
to the
Goldman,
children's
right?
school thing. So the
Yeah.
little girl was having a recital, I think. Little boy or little girl was having a recital. And you know how families still get together and everybody goes to the recitals. Okay, well after, I guess his ex-wife, kind of like dished him like, see you later.
Yeah.
And we're all, and he wasn't invited. So that pissed him off, is what they say.
Gotcha.
So then he had a tendency like to be kind of a jealous ex-husband or boyfriend.
Gotcha.
So the waiter at the restaurant, because that was a popular restaurant they always went to, his name was Ron Goldman. They realized, she called back to the restaurant and said, I forgot my glasses. And he said, being a nice boy, I'll bring them to you after I go. There was this guy named Rodney King. And he had a long history of violence and drug problems. But what happened is one day he got pulled over in like a bad part of LA. And the cops
beat the
literally, like
living
6
shit out of
cops
this
with
guy.
batons, literally beat,
They
like
beat the
this,
piss out of this
like
man.
hacking the guy.
Terrible.
And he was literally crawling, and they were
Trying to get
still
away.
beating the
They
him.
was trying to crawl away from them, and they were.
What- why-
That was so. Back up now. You
Yes,
know
this is a year
this
before.
laid up. That was 1 year before in '92. So literally, they went to trial on that in LA. They let the cops off, all of them, not one thing.
They beat.
They
beat
literally
beat him?
almost burned
because he was
LA
drunk.
to the
He
ground.
was drunk driving. Right, he was driving drunk, and he had a history of drug possession and
violence.
drug abuse and violence.
He was, criminal.
And
right?
he was a criminal, but that doesn't fucking matter.
No.
They beat the and he was
Six of
and
them.
he
So
was
did people
black.
riot?
And he was black.
Honey, they literally almost burned the
They
town
burned LA
down.
down.
Yeah.
So what happened was, we watched it all on TV, and remember, this was like just at the start of you had only had like 6 years before that of 24-hour news. It was nonstop. They took this one guy out of this dump truck, just a worker guy, ripped him out and were just beating him in the streets. They were throwing bricks at people.
Oh my God, people got hurt, eh?
Oh, people got hurt. People got killed.
We could not, we
Block
thought we
burnt
lived
down.
in a different world when we watched that. Literally innocent people, you're on your crew trying to do concrete, and people are literally just savagely beating and throwing bricks at people's heads. And then through the shops and looting, and it was pandemonium
Oh.
when they let
It
these
was
cops
Armageddon.
go. It was insane.
So so they just protected the cops and then
They
Well,
totally
the
protected
cops,
the
the
cops.
cops should have been charged with aggravated
Yeah.
assault.
The cops
Almost
should have been
killed
charged.
the guy. Almost killed him, or did
They
they?
did.
Did they kill him?
this was
No,
in 90
no, no,
this was
no,
a year
no. Oh,
ago.
what do you mean? Then years later, they did it to him again?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay, so.
But he was in the hospital for a long time.
It was horrible.
They hurt him bad.
Okay, so that's
For
what
no
LA
reason.
was used to dealing with. So they knew that the cops. So when they got the dream team together, so now we fast forward back to OJ.
Back to OJ.
Now
Yo, I'm really enjoying this. I feel like I'm watching a documentary.
You have to understand that people like me who grew up in the U.S., OJ was like this beautiful, good-looking, true
Star.
patriot
Yeah.
athlete that was running through airports, doing OJ commercials, doing car commercials,
understand.
star athlete, doing the airplane movies, charismatic, would never dish a fan. If he saw anybody be picture with you, autograph, never do my Sylvester Stallone. Never. Loved his fans. Knew who got him there. But there was an underlying thing that he didn't consider himself part of that culture. That he was different because of his celebrity status.
Gotcha.
And he believed it, and so did the world. And I believe that too, because we all just looked at him like he's this superstar. So then,
O.J. Simpson.
yeah, it was different though. But
He's
you know what I mean?
OJ.
There's a lot of these stars then.
Yeah.
There
Oh, no,
wasn't
he's huge.
massive
He's
stars
OJ.
like that. Okay,
It's huge.
so then they compiled the dream team. right? Like a $10
best team of
million
lawyers.
dollar. I mean, I'm talking F. Lee Bailey, Robert Shapiro,
Yeah.
Johnny Cochran, you know, you name it.
So in the
Every
system of
DNA
law,
expert,
when you can use money to buy the best of the
you
best,
can get off.
like you can just.
Money buys you anything in the U.S.
And was the OJ case the highest case of like that happening? You
Oh
know?
my God! We called it the trial of the century.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big
Century,
It's called the
did
trial
which
of
is
the century.
100 years.
Yeah, they said that.
I am a half a century. That was the trial of the century. We had never seen anything like this. Okay, this was 95. Trial of the century. We had almost been to the end of the century. Huge.
Yeah, so everyone was watching this case.
Oh my
Oh, yeah,
God! Like
it's
I
huge.
was literally glued to the set every day.
I
I would literally watch it 6 to 8 hours.
wow.
I could not stop
And that's
watching.
the thing. That was the only case in the history that had so much network.
Trial of the century.
And people like me, like
It was covered.
at
All parts
first,
of the
we
trial
didn't
were
believe he
covered.
did it. We thought the same thing. Like, these cops are all corrupt. How could you say that about OJ?
Yeah, exactly.
Not OJ.
Yeah.
Like, no. Oh my God, these cops are so corrupt.
So how long did this case go on for? Like,
Okay, well, so here's the deal. I know the timeline exactly because I was pregnant. So the murders happened on June the 12th,
1993.
94.
94.
June 14th, 94. Then the chase was like that Friday. Then the day that they let him free was October 3rd, 1995, because that's the day Cole was born. So my nephew was born on June 14th, 1994. Hunter was born July 19th, and Cole was born October 3rd, 1995. So that's the timeline for like how OJ.
For sure.
Okay, but he was held in jail the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't let him out on bail. They denied him bail. Okay. So this is what LA had dealt with.
Yeah.
So even us, like, normal people thought, OJ didn't kill those people. Come on. And then they started telling us all the evidence. We're like, OJ? Really?
Yeah.
Blood of those two people on the socks and the Bronco?
So this started to come out a little
The
bit.
glove. Because we were all like, oh no, he did it. He really did it. And then they bored us to death with all this DNA evidence that we didn't understand, that we had to watch every day. And they made it so convoluted for the normal person that it's like, what?
So this was 24-hour coverage every day.
This was nonstop.
Yeah.
Every channel. There was nothing
crazy.
else on.
Trial of the
I don't
century.
even know that whole year. From June to October, I don't know of anything else. I don't think I watched
Has there been a
else.
trial like this since?
Never.
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 Nothing like it before and nothing like it since.
Never.
Really?
And that's why every documentary that comes out or anything, I'm watching them.
I gotta watch these OJ docs.
It was also like the first. That's the thing. It was like the first of its kind.
You have to
And
watch
then
the
they-
Cuba Gooding
they kinda
Jr.
took
one.
it
It's
too
one
far.
of the best ones
Yeah.
ever done.
They kinda
The
took it too
trial,
far.
The People versus O.J. Simpson. It just won a bunch of awards, Emmys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was excellent.
So you're saying people like
The
it took
coverage. They took the coverage way too far. Like there was cameras in the courtroom and like.
Yeah, at that time there was still cameras in the courtroom and
Yeah.
everything.
It was
Okay.
too much.
So, okay, so this is what happened.
Yeah.
So then they know they have overwhelming evidence.
Yes.
So what are they going to do? They bring in 2 DNA experts that totally confused the shit out of us. We were like, what? Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
What the hell are they talking about? I went to science school in college and I didn't get this shit.
Science school.
It was really confusing. You get my point.
Science.
They
school.
started disputing the facts. And Marcia Clark,
nothing.
honestly, was like
It's not a
Hillary
real
Clinton.
thing.
People didn't love her.
Gotcha.
You know, they should have had some big boob blonde buxom thing that was smart.
That's terrible.
I'm telling you, it is how
That's-
people are.
That's terrible.
I don't care. They gave her the worst rap, and she did an excellent job, but they didn't like her.
So she was
She was the prosecution.
she's the prosecution.
Her
So she was
and
trying to
Chris
get
Darden
OJ,
convicted.
Yeah.
and so this lady wasn't really respected.
She
You
didn't
know
have
what?
big enough-
She
I
was
guess she-
in
I
her
guess
community
she didn't
of
have big
lawyers.
enough
She
boobs, I
was
guess.
very respected. I don't care what you say. They did not like her. They didn't think her personality was likable, and he had like swag and swagger over there doing ballets on
yeah.
his team. I mean,
Kardashian wasn't one of the Kardashians. He was.
Yes. I mean, it was like F. Lee Bailey would come in, and they were eloquent, and it was like playing a fiddle. And they